All right, Disc Maniacs, we're back with the DeLaveaga Spring Series, which is a sanctioned league at DeLaveaga.
Got some hot players on this card, Anthony, Cedar, and Dylan.
And starting right off, hole 1, tell us about it, Ben.
It's uphill. You got to play through a double mando. There's lots of railroad ties or whatever you want to call these wood parts that you have to play up and over. Kind of prevents a roller shot.
And here we see Dylan throwing the sidearm, but gets over on it a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic of Dylan. He doesn't usually flip it over that hard.
And here's Cedar with his massive overhand. He usually gets to the basket on this one.
This is just a nutty route. There are only a few players probably in the world who can throw this shot and actually have a birdie look.
And here's Anthony with his birdie op, a little shorter than he wants, and gets a bad kick. He's going to have to scramble for par, maybe.
Yeah, kind of an underrated, difficult fairway on this hole. You got a lot to go through. There's no real obvious route. Oh my. You didn't even tell me, Keenan. We're going to be putting in highlights in the first hole. Get out of town.
Yep, Dylan with his DGA Quake.
Woo!
Throws it in for birdie.
Yeah, no problem. That sidearm looked a little better than the first one.
That's a great start.
Yeah.
So here's Cedar also for birdie, but it's hard to follow that up.
That's what you call, I'd call it a big putt. Like he got big putted, but he got big thrown in. Get out of town, dude. He almost put that one in.
Yeah, I think that one hit the basket.
Well, it's at least a pole. I think he was trying to knock the lock off.
And that was a good bid, too. Almost a par save.
Man, these guys are making it look easy.
So
Can't even watch this anymore.
Right. Couple tap-ins for these guys.
Anthony with the sick bucket hat. I'm definitely digging it.
Anthony's known for his swag.
Yeah. Swaggy A. Swaggy Q. We'll come up with a nickname. Just give us some time.
So there we go. Anthony with the bogey, Dylan with that nice deuce, and then Cedar just parring.
Oh, this is a monster of a lefty drive if you got it.
Yeah, you're going to see some different lines from these guys. Dylan going sidearm, of course.
Huge sidearm rip. He probably can reach the basket with that shot.
Yeah.
And Dylan's sidearm. But again, that's a shot that not many players can do.
And Cedar with the machete, I think, over the top.
Man, Cedar's really been turning some heads with his overhand shots. Both these guys, Dylan and Cedar, used to be pitchers, and or maybe they still are. But you can just see they have a lot of power coming off their shoulders.
Boom. Look at that lefty crush. You
Dude.
can't see it finish because we didn't have a second cam, but that is parked.
That is parked?
Yeah.
Man, that's huge. There's not many lefties that can pull that shot off.
And hole 2 is really difficult if you land right there because that's a hard putt. You got to lay up.
Yeah, it's, you don't want to lay that up, but it's probably the smart play.
And here's Cedar for birdie.
Oh.
Ooh.
And you talk about, shot that'll really make you scared. That shot.
And that's for birdie.
That's clean. Wow, Anthony. Very nice.
15 feet out.
Yeah, that's a heck of a drive. Of course, Cedar's aced this hole before.
He has.
With the righty forehand, is that right?
Yeah. Sidearm, yeah.
Oh, man. Lefty backhand, righty sidearm. It's kind of weird. There's a few players that do that, but not many of them ace hole 2 at DeLa in that position.
Nice recovery by Anthony after that bogey on hole 1 to get the birdie on 2.
Yep. Looks like Dylan's going to show off the high sidearm line on this hole. Had someone come try to do this today, and he saw just how big of a shot that is. Even for the lefty backhand, you got to get really high and wide just to spike down cleanly.
Yeah, I like that wide shot. I'm usually throwing the sidearm over the trees and just having it kind of spike down by the basket.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, if you have that shot, it's also one of the safer routes on the hole. As long as you depend on it to come back enough. Anything you play up the gut, you run the risk of hitting that first tree and having a really tough upshot.
And then here's Cedar with the overhand.
I guess, or you could just do that.
Go over all of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
but
not?
he didn't go over all of it. Looks like you got a little tripped up here.
Sure, but not too bad. Wow, opting for the come on. Are you kidding?
The highlights, Ben.
They just keep on coming. Woo!
He's stoked on that one.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Run it out, Cedar. Run it out.
Yeah. I mean, I will go along with that's kind of the cleaner line, especially if you're lefty and you're just tossing a little backhand and trying to go through the trees up the middle, but don't expect to throw it in.
And here's Dylan for 2.
Repping the crow's nest. Oh.
Just a little left, but that was a good putt.
Yep. Spend much time at the crow's nest, Keenan?
Yeah, Thursday nights during the summer, beach parties. It's a good spot.
That's what's up. I'm sure we'll see Dylan there.
All right, couple of tap-ins for par, but Cedar with the lone birdie there.
Yep.
That's one you kind of want to get, though, hole 3.
Definitely, yeah. It's if you got that sidearm especially. Oh, speaking of sidearms, the sidearm roller hole of DeLa. Of course, Barsby with the famous ace back at the Masters Cup. I was there. Pretty amazing time. In fact, I ran into the guy I was hanging out with that day today at DeLa.
Wow.
Kind of crazy. 8 years later.
I think all 3 of them are going to throw rollers.
I mean, if you got it, it is the shot because the fairway is so tight. There is a backhand line to get through all the way, but it is awfully tight. The forehand roller seems to be the safer and more likely to get the birdie play.
Yeah, this is one of the holes that constantly trips me up. It's kind of a tweener between a 3 and a 4 par.
Absolutely.
And if you get a bad drive, then you're looking at a bogey.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm liking this little backdoor lefty sidearm look.
Yeah, he really laced that one, but maybe a little deep.
Maybe a little, yeah. He got a big flare skip.
And Cedar's got a low ceiling up shot to deal with.
This is tricky. Oh, I'm not sure everybody can totally understand how tight that gap is and how you need to maneuver your shot.
This was where Dylan's roller ended up. Pretty good, pretty solid.
Oh, really good. He's even got a look here. Is he going for it?
It's giving it a run.
Ooh, it's gutsy. But yeah, nice little turnout. I mean, the safe play is to the left, so he can conceivably run that pretty safely.
So here's Cedar for the par save, I think.
Now, Cedar, on the other hand, finishing right with his putt, could roll down a nasty hill. But he doesn't.
Right in the middle.
Ah, that's how it's done. Well, you can't roll down the hill if you put it in the basket.
Yeah, that was kind of a confidence booster he probably needed there.
Yeah.
And here's how deep Anthony went on his upshot.
Pretty good. I would like to say that's rare, but you see so often people having to make really long upshots on this hole and needing to have something have a huge flare skip to get around the trees.
Right.
That it's really not that rare.
So Anthony with the solo bogey there and a couple of pars from the rest. Tell us about this hole, Ben.
Hole 5, are we playing this as short or long?
This is the long.
Oh, we're all Masters Cup setting now, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so 5 in the long is all about putting it over these trees if you're a big pro. Or if you're Cedar, jeez Louise, I wish I had that kind of overhand.
Right.
You can also throw a forehand roller. That gap is tightened up quite a bit.
Yeah, we've seen Dylan bust this one out in the Central Coast video, right?
Top 10 of the year a few years ago, yeah.
But that new tree that's come down's kind of made it even tighter.
Yeah, it's really tightened that hole up.
And then here's Anthony. He gets over it lefty.
That's pretty huge.
But today it looks like he just got it a little bit too high, a little bit too much turn.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about getting up over the trees is you really need to maximize your shot generally, which will make you not as accurate as you really want to be.
It's a crazy little look for Dylan's birdie.
Yeah, I like this. Ooh, good run though.
And here's Cedar problems. You go deep right on this hole.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's definitely not my problem. Oh no. Well,
Yeah.
those happen.
They do.
They're those kind of putts that sometimes make you feel like you need to reevaluate putting, but truthfully, usually it's best to just shake it off.
Who knows? Could have been the camera.
Let's hope not. But if it was, it's not your fault.
Right.
As long as you weren't just shaking all over the place. Which I figure you weren't. Hard to keep a steady cam and do that. Which I must say, the cam's awfully steady, Keenan. Good
No,
job.
thank you very much. Hole 6. I like this one. What do you usually throw?
I mean, back when I was throwing forehand on this hole, I used to flip up a rogue and throw it on a hyzer line so that it would flex just a little bit and then finish soft because I didn't want to flare into the ditch.
Yeah, the ditch is OB, right?
Yeah, and it's awfully easy to do that if you're throwing something overstable.
I think Dylan's throwing like a Pinnacle Outlaw or something. He's trying out his DGA bags still, so.
Yeah, I figure if he's throwing anything on an Anheuser route downhill like that, it better be overstable.
Oh, yeah, that thing was beefy.
Yeah. Anthony testing the waters.
Oof.
Oh, I think he's in there, huh?
Yeah, that might be OB.
Ouch. It happens, though. I mean, especially during practice rounds at DeLa, I always encourage people to just try to get the birdies and don't get hung up on making mistakes because you're going to be a better player by pursuing birdies than you are by limiting mistakes, generally speaking. Then when it comes tournament time, maybe you want to dial it back a little bit, but better to get those birdies.
Yeah, for me, this is one of the harder putts to run because
Just like
if
that
you're
right
not
there.
pin high, then you're putting right at the OB road right behind it.
Yeah.
Luckily, there is a little ditch right now, so I think Dylan's kind of went in that ditch, which is still in bounds.
Yeah, saved me today.
Yeah. But come Masters Cup, I think we're going to fill those in.
Really?
Wood chips, you know.
Okay. Yeah. But that would probably, you think it's going to cause more people to roll out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. DeLa, not known for playing nice.
Yeah.
I think it's an understatement.
Right. She'll be showing her teeth Masters Cup weekend.
Yeah, this is a regular vampire.
So, hole 7, tell us about it, Ben.
Hole 7, really all about threading this needle off the tee. Easier said than done, especially because it requires you to just go completely straight for another, 150 feet or so, even after you get through the tunnel.
There's the low overhand that he likes to throw, but it's got to be lower than that.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is an easy overhand birdie.
Watch this shot right here. Just laces it.
That is smooth.
But then it gets a bad tree kick.
Yeah, see, sometimes it's just something as small as that.
I think that was his ghost that he's been trying out.
Ghost?
Super
Yeah.
straight.
Have you ever ghost rode a whip before?
Ghost. Ooh.
Ooh.
Tell me when to go.
No, don't go. We still got commentary to do.
Okay. So this is also one of the harder up shots for me because it's just downhill the whole way, and it really, if you blow past that basket, it's a hard comebacker putt.
Yeah, it's such a quick green and gets really steep right behind it.
Yeah, the hard pan makes pretty much anything slide, but that was nice. I think that was his old Z Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah, you see even a putter skipping like that on that hard packed dirt.
Yeah, you could tell Dylan was contemplating that one, whether he was going to run it or not. And
Yeah, you hate playing like that, but then again, come tournament time, a lot of times it saves you strokes.
I think I said something to him right after that, like Paul would run it.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little local competitive razzing.
Yeah.
Kind of, I think, elevates us all to play a little better.
So I think that's just a couple of pars for the boys, huh?
Yeah, well, par on that hole plays pretty well.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's one of arguably the 5 hardest holes on the course when it's in the long set.
Hole 8, tough hole for me.
Me too. It was my first ace ever and hasn't gone very well since.
Well, that's a good ace. I think it's even harder for a lefty. This hole is...
Yeah, or a sidearm player.
Exactly.
I got a really lucky sidearm through those branches.
Wow.
At least that's what my dad says. I'll take his word for it. I don't want to believe him.
I think this is the hole that made me learn backhand.
Me too. I mean, especially this and the previous hole really kind of require you. They're not good sidearm holes. If you can even put something halfway up the fairway, you've just made the hole that much easier. Anything sidearm here is just a risky play.
Yeah, it would have to be pretty understable to keep it straight.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So here's Cedar for par. See if he can salvage it.
See him throw one in already. Oh, I thought that was online.
Yeah, it was a good bid.
Yeah.
And here's Dylan for his birdie.
Probably needing to hook around that tree. This is a tricky putt.
Yep.
Ooh, that's clean.
Get in the basket.
Yeah.
Perfect little jump putt.
He doesn't need
Look, he's walking
needed
it
to
out.
hook. Walking it out. He's Tiger over here wearing red on Sunday.
No jogging, just walking.
No. But then again, he could probably walk as fast as I can jog with
Yeah.
those legs.
Yeah.
He's pretty tall.
Sick putt.
It was real sick, yeah. He had the Bitney wobble going.
So this is where Anthony's sidearm ended up. It's just a tough shot, man.
Yeah, I mean, of course, then again, if you can put your sidearm that far down the fairway, that's not the worst look in the world. But there are worse things that can happen with that sidearm. Of course, he's going lefty sidearm, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is totally different. Lefty sidearm, not a terrible play on this hole. I mean, you finish towards the road, but if you can control it, you should be able to make a good shot out of it.
All right, and we're moving on to hole 9, but it's better known as 8A. It's a tough shot in the right position, pretty much backhand putter is usually what I see most people do. And right when Dylan threw this, right in his backswing,
No,
he
I
got
heard
yelled
him.
at. Yep,
Ugh.
razzed.
Oof.
And I didn't get the end of it, but it rolled all the way down to the bottom.
I said it before, I'll say it again. This hole is 2'd pretty often, but it's also 5'd just as often.
Yeah, I've seen some pros. I'm not going to name names, but I've just seen them take some.
I've filmed some big numbers on this hole by some top pros. I mean, all it takes is one kick towards that canyon, and you might as well re-tee in some cases.
So this is where Dylan's putter rolled to. It's just down in the poison oak. He's got a terrible look.
It's down there. But, you know, it's lies like that build character, and Dylan makes a nice shot right there.
That's a beautiful shot from there.
Yeah.
Here's Cedar. He also got an early tree kick and just trying to get par after that.
Yeah, good throw. Got to be delicate with this upshot. Can't go too far right.
Yeah, there's definitely a very steep cliff down to the right side, and anything that starts rolling down there is probably going to go to the bottom.
Yeah, we watched somebody do it twice in a row the other day.
So this is Dylan for par save after that great upshot.
That's what it's all about. You know, you hear people who are well seasoned at DeLa tell you that scrambling is sort of the name of the game there.
Honestly, when I saw his drive, I thought he was going to re-tee, but
Yeah, look at that. He got a 3 out of it.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's worth it to get down there and just do your best. Even if he takes a 4, it's probably better than the re-tee, unless he was to get the birdie and take a 4. But sure enough, he got a 3.
and then a couple of tap-in pars from Cedar and Anthony.
Yep. Now, we're all thinking 2 when we step up to that tee, but sometimes you're happy with a par.
And that's it for the front 9 footage. Hope you enjoy the DeLaveaga Spring Series, and you come out next Friday.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you there.